Hey guys, this is Addiction and welcome to the video. So the question of the hour is, does NoPing work? It kinda did for me, but will it work for you? A couple weeks back I bought Battlefield 6 and I regretted it immediately. I was getting about 120 ping from here in India because there are no local servers and I was connecting to Singapore and Hong Kong and I don't have that good of a connection. So I had really high ping. It was 120, sometimes above that. I was rubber banding across the screen, my shots were not registering. After some while, I asked help from the Battlefield India Discord community and they told me about NoPing and ExitLag. So I kind of tried them out and I somehow got my ping fixed. So this is how you can do it too. Alright, so let me show you exactly what I was dealing with. This is my gameplay before any fixes. See that ping counter? It's sitting at a miserable 120 plus ping, but the number itself doesn't tell the whole story. The real killer was the constant packet loss. You see those little warning icons popping up? That's my game data literally getting lost on its way to the server. The result was this choppy, stuttering mess. I'd line up a perfect headshot, pull the trigger, and poof, nothing happened. The enemy just runs off, and a second later, I'm the one on a respawn timer. It was infuriating. It felt less like a game and more like a slideshow that I had no control over. On the advice of the Discord community, I decided to try services like ExitLag and NoPing. The first one I tested was ExitLag, and it didn't really work for me. The ping was still bad, but it did work for some of the players who stay in other cities. For me, my ping was still high and the connection didn't feel much better. The idea behind these services is pretty cool. Instead of the internet traffic taking the normal congested highway your ISP picks, the software finds the fastest, most direct route to the game server. This should mean fewer hops for your data, cutting down on that game-breaking packet loss. I was skeptical, but the game was unplayable, so I had to try. So here is the gameplay recording of me playing with no ping. As you can see, I have just run NoPing and I am starting the game now. And here is my ping. In the 80s. That is a massive improvement, dropping from that steady 120 to 130 down to a much more stable 80 to 90. Sometimes the ping even dips down to the 70s. But the number is only part of it. Something felt way different. The packet loss warnings, they were almost gone. They were still there, but not that much. The latency symbol still popped up now and then, but the game was still playable. I was running across the map smoothly, with no stuttering. I got into a gunfight and my bullets actually connected. The game felt responsive. That awful input delay that was getting me killed was practically gone. The game was playable. It was actually playable. So, does NoPing work? My answer is a definite yes. But you have to understand how it works. It's not magic. It can't break the laws of physics and give you 20 ping from the other side of the planet. For my specific connection, NoPing worked better than the ExitLag that I tested. But like I said, I have friends in other cities who swear by ExitLag. So your mileage might vary depending on your location and your ISP. But for me, the main thing was not just the reduction of the ping. It was how smooth the gameplay had become. The connection was finally stable. So this tool is not for everyone. If you have a stable connection with regular ping, you probably don't need this. You can actually do a few ping tests by yourself in the command prompt. You can get a few IP addresses from the countries where the servers reside for the game that you want to play, and you can do a ping test on them to see the viability of your connection. But if you're like me, stuck without local servers, fighting high ping and choppy connection, this thing can be a game changer. So if you're like me and feel like we're on the same boat, struggling with a game you paid for but can't play because of the lag, I'd seriously recommend giving it a try. NoPing has a free trial. It is for 1 day, which is great because you can see if it actually helps your specific setup before you decide to spend any money. This is the one that worked for me and I'll drop a link down in the description. So in the end, NoPing didn't give me God tier ping, but it did something more important. It turned a 2499 rupee paperweight into a fun game that I was buying. It took my experience from unplayable frustration to genuine enjoyment. Let me know in the comments what your own battles with lag and high ping have been like. If you face the same things or if you've used a similar kind of service, drop it down in the comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.